Brhadaranyaka Upanishad, and here we will find how the Rishi, in a very unique way, again and again taking our mind to that particular knowledge which is one. Before we start, let us chant from this mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Upanishad means Veda. So when you talk about the Veda, it is Upanishad. And Upanishad teaches only one thing, that Brahman is the only reality. And what is that Brahman? All-pervading consciousness. So this is the whole of Vedanta. When you talk about Vedanta, the Veda Anta, the end of all knowledge. Veda means knowledge, end of all knowledge. This is this, that there is only one. But now we see so many things. When we look at us in the human society, and there are so many varieties of things. Now suddenly someone says, hey, there is only one. How difficult it is to accept. So they will be taking different way to take our mind to that particular knowledge, that one. Now we are studying the Brhadaranyaka Upanishad. Upa means near. Ni, surely, certainly. The Upa Ni Sada. Sada means the truth. Truth means eternal. That which is eternal, that is truth. The Upa Ni Sad. Brhadaranyaka. Brihad means the huge. Aranyak, like a forest. So this Brhadaranyaka Upanishad, which is the biggest Upanishad, it takes us to that particular knowledge in a very peculiar way. What is that? It will be repeating again and again the same thing. Same thing they will be repeating. We have already studied a few, and there it says, Tat etat priya putrat priyo vidyat priyo anna asmat sarvasmat antarataram yat ayam atma. It says that the first Kando, 4th chapter, 8th mantra, it says, why should you meditate? Because it is the dearest of everything, dearest of all. How the Atman can be dearest? It says that it is much more dearest than the son, Putrat. A Putra is so dear. Now, this is dearest than even the Putra, the Putrat. Then Vidyat. When there is the Vidya, there is the wealth, that is also so much attractive. People are always thinking about that Vidyat. So this is the way it is going on telling. Now, in our last discussion, we read that one should meditate on the self. Why? Because this self is the dearest of everything. Now, in the 9th verse, Rishi is mentioning, I am not reading the whole Upanishad, all the verses, all the mantras, because it's huge. We will just take the gist of it and then we will discuss on that. Kimu tad Brahma abheda yasmat sarvam abhavaditi. What did the Brahman know by which it attained everything? It could know everything. Now, here the question is, the Rishi himself is asking the question and giving the answer. This is the beautiful way they always, the question and answer they go. We have to keep in mind, our mind is taken to that particular knowledge which is one. Again, to reach to that one, there are so many difficulties. Why? Because our mind is already full with many. We cannot think of one. We always think of many. Now, suppose someone says, we will take you to one place where you will be all alone. Can anyone like to go over there? No. We don't like the crowd, but we like the people. And particularly if we are having the friends and the relatives whom we know, whom we love, then we can enjoy. But all alone they are going, it's very difficult. But monks are becoming one, alone. They don't like to have the family. One of my friends, we grew up together. Now he is married and he is having, at our age, grandchildren and all that. He was only asking, tell me truly, how can you survive without anyone? We cannot think of without family. How can you? Then his wife is telling, that is why he is a monk. Otherwise, he would have become like you. So this is the attitude, the understanding. I like to be alone, but we are not alone. We see many, of course, but in that many we see one, that is God. And that is why we are never alone. Wherever we go, everything is our family. Everyone belongs to our family. We enjoy much more than anyone. That Schrödinger, one of the German philosophers, he was asking Swami Vivekananda, so you people are only thinking of God. But look at us, we are enjoying this world. Swamiji said, we enjoy much more than you. Because everyone's happiness is our happiness, my happiness. So this, you have to take the mind to that level. Everyone, wherever anyone is having the joy and success, it is my joy, my success. Because I belong to him or her at that oneness. How it is possible? Physically? No. Then spiritually, because the spirit is the same. So this is the difference between Dvaitism and Advaitism. The Dvaita, they say God is different. My God, your God, and God is different than me. So they are happy because all differences are there. So I can understand. So it is his father, it is my father, it is their family, it is our family. So that way we can understand. And your God is your God, my God is my God. So that is also, this way also we can understand. But you say one, everything is one, it is so difficult. So that's why Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta is really, really difficult. And that is the reason the Upanishad goes on repeating again and again, and in a many different way. And here in that Brhadaranyaka Upanishad, every time they will say, in the beginning, that was Brahman. So don't misunderstand. In the beginning, that was Brahman. Now, it has become this, it has become that. So who has become Brahman? Consciousness. Not we will go. So here, the Rishi is asking the question, Kimu tad Brahma abeda. Abeda, Veda means knowledge. Abeda, they came to know or realized. Yasmat sarvam abhavat iti. How it was possible? He raised this question because we have to understand. Now this is the finest point of philosophy. It says, if it became all without knowing anything, then what is the use of knowledge of Brahman? If it is that it can understand everything without the knowledge of Brahman, then why should you go for the knowledge of Brahman? Why should you study the Upanishad? Again, if on the other hand, it became all by the knowledge of Brahman, then, being the result of knowledge, it became just like the result of an action, which is temporary. Result of an action is temporary always. Now friends, these are the very fine philosophical points. I am doing something and achieving something. I am starting from the grade 1. Then I complete my master's, then the research, and then I became a professor. I achieved something, going on. But afterwards, when I become old, I forget that. I lose all those knowledges. Now for that I tried right from the age 6 up to 36. Now, in the 96, I forget all those things. I don't get I cannot remember what I heard. So that is why if anything I am achieving is going to be temporary. For a small period of time, it is okay. But Brahma-jnana is not like that. When you get that, so how it is it I am going out somewhere, finding that knowledge and learning that knowledge, acquiring that knowledge? No, it is nothing like that. It's just revealing. I was like that. Sometimes some people, they forget the identity, some Alzheimer sort of thing. Then, after the medication, after the treatment, they realize. Not that you have to introduce them, hey, it is your name, this is your family, this is your identity. But just, oh yeah, I forgot that, sorry. Then everything normal. It's just like that. I am Brahman, I am that supreme knowledge, I am all-pervading consciousness. Not that I have to go somewhere and get it. It will reveal. But for the God, you have to try and you have to go and you have to get. So that is slowly we go to that. That's why they never say it is the Atma Jnana. They say God realization. The God is different and I am practicing something and slowly I am reaching over there. And that is the normal way. And this Vedanta, it says you are that. But each and every one must have to realize that. Must have to, otherwise it is impossible. Even in the Dvaitism, even in the duality, there also in the Bhagavan Sri Krishna, in the Gita it says, Yo mam pashyati sarvatra. Look at it. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra. Sarvam cha mai pashyati. Tasya hamna pranashyami, etc. One who can see me in every being, that is the ultimate of devotion. But when we say, this is my God, that is your God, this is only the beginning of religion. Religion is realization. Swami Vivekananda said, religion is realization. What is the realization? Realization of oneness, knowledge. And the moment you become having that knowledge, what happens? Full of love. Because whom you are going to criticize? Everyone is nothing but yourself. So this knowledge slowly will dawn within us. We have to remove the coverages, that's all. Already it is there. It is not, we are not going to find out somewhere. In the Rabindranath, in his Bengali poem, he wrote, Amar hiyar maje lukiye chile, dekhte tomai paini. You were already there within my heart. I was searching outside. I didn't look at you inside. Bahir pane chokh melechi, Hriday pane chaini. I was searching God outside, not inside. So we have to find God inside. And what is that God? Love. Love. God is nothing but love. And we go on giving so many different ways explaining God and trying to realize God and fasting months after months and doing this, doing that. Not only I am doing, I am also forcing others to do. And it goes on then so many different ways. Ultimately what? We don't care about that. We never think about the result. Oh, I am very happy that my son is going to the school. But is he really learning? I am not careful about that. That will be very wrong. So I am going to temple. I am a holy person. I take the bath every day morning in the Ganga. I am a holy person. And I fast the whole day. Only take little food in the night. I am a holy person. No, you are trying to be holy. You are thinking by those processes you will realize God. So unnecessarily we criticize others that they don't do this, they don't do that. No. Religion means understanding, and that understanding comes from knowledge. And that is the reason Vedanta is must for everyone. The moment they understand that same God has become everything. And you cannot go out to achieve it, get it. It is not outside, it is inside. In the Upanishad again it says, all our indriyas, the pancha indriya, this eye, the nose and all that, they go out to get the information. Then the Rishi is mentioning as if the father is angry with the sons and he asks them to go out of his house. And they are afraid to come in. So all our indriyas, all our senses, it goes out and try to get joy in the outside. The eye goes and sees something and become happy, and the ear hears something happy, nose the same way, tongue the same way, touch the same way. But that happiness is so temporary. After that it is gone. And we were excited when I first came to Chicago. Everybody was telling, you must go for the one cruise is there. They will be showing different buildings and telling about those buildings. And then you have to go and purchase a ticket. We all went, purchased the ticket, and then, my God, so scorching sun. And he was going on. And people, they knew, so they were having the hats. So we were not having hats. It is so warm. And we had to be over there because already you are in the boat, you cannot come out. After all those, we appreciated, yes, the nice building. And so after that, so when we go to enjoy, we mostly suffer. Mostly suffer. And after that, we think, oh, it was, then we take the photo and we see the photo, we try to be happy with that. But actually, really, it is not. The happiness is so temporary. Then where is the eternal happiness? Within yourself. You need not to go anywhere. Only go within and see that joy, the fountain of joy, the source of joy that is within us. And when the people, they come here, they go out to see these, and seeing their joy, the children, when they come, and they will be buying, or that they are always interested to take the candies I kept over there, that the mother will know, you shouldn't take one, but he will again go. So that is the joy. When that boy grows up, he will never touch that candy again. But that moment, he is very happy. And all these discussions and these, that, he is not at all attentive. His attention is there. So different type of objects are there to get joy, but little joy. But it proves that I can be happy. And how I'll get the happy? Knowledge. How can I become happy? Permanently, eternally. Knowledge. What is that knowledge? I am everything. So there is no the himsha. The himsha means that I am not vying on others. I am not criticizing others. And when somebody is successful, oh my God, he is successful. What happened to me? Nothing like that. Always joy. Vasudhaiva kutumbakam. In the Hindu they say, Vasudhaiva kutumbakam. This Vasudha, everything in this world, is my relatives. Kutumba. Kutumba means relatives. That they are all my friends, they are all my relatives. Why? Because I love them all. And this is the way you have to, and that is called knowledge. Brahma Jnana, that is knowledge of Brahman, is not any way acquired knowledge. And this is, the Rishi says, Brahmava idam agra asit, atmanam ebatat aham brahmasmi. And how then I will realize Brahman? Because you were Brahman. It cannot, if that which you are not, you can never become that. Which you are not, you can never become that. It's so difficult to become. So that's why it says, when you are already, but now you have forgotten that, only you should remember, that's all. So Brahmava idam agra asid, agra in the beginning, asid, it was already there. We will come to that Kapila's, the Samkhya philosophy. He says Satkaryavada. Hinduism has a beauty, the speciality that it never accepts anything just because somebody said like that. Oh, he said we have to accept, nothing like that. They will be always analyze, understand, then they will accept. Now, I can become God. How it is possible? Because you are God. You were God in the beginning. And the Creator is God or the consciousness. So obviously, from the Creator, the creation, it will be same. Out of wood, if somebody is making something, it will be wood chair, wood table. It won't be the steel chair or steel table, because it is wood. Similarly, out of Brahman, when everything has been created, it will be Brahman only. What else? And that way it says, in the beginning, idam means this self residing in every being, agre, before the realization of Brahman, Brahma bhai asit, was verily Brahman. The I am Brahman. Someone was telling, the Swamiji, you said that I am Brahman, he is also Brahman. That's the problem is, why should I work under him? I am also Brahman, he is also Brahman. Why should I work under him? This is another problem. Before the knowledge, the moment you are having the idea, I am working under him, you have to work under him. Why? Because you are having the knowledge of differences. When you realize the Brahman, there is no difference. You will never have the difference. So that knowledge has not yet come, so you have to learn that way. So it says in that way, in the beginning it was Brahman. That means the creation began from Brahman. It has come out of Brahman. So obviously, everything is nothing but Brahman. The Brahma bhai asit was verily Brahman. Brahma bhai, when in the Sanskrit they say bhai, that means truly. They are insisting on that. Truly I said that. Brahma bhai asit, it was the Brahman. It knew itself as I am Brahman. I am the Brahman. There was an interview at the long back the gentleman, now a rickshaw puller in Calcutta. Somehow the reporter found out that he is the ancestor and he is of the same family of the king who used to rule Delhi, and the Delhi Nawabs and their family. Now he is pulling rickshaw in Calcutta. Can you imagine? Now when they were telling that your family ruled whole India, you were the sultans, you were the kings, he said, "Sir, please don't insult me in that way. I am a humble rickshaw puller. Why you are?" Because he has forgotten the all tradition and the history of his family. He doesn't know. But this gentleman, the reporter, researched and slowly found out that at one of them is this. So he was taking the interview. So same way when someone comes to us, the rishis, they come to us, the guru, they come to us and says, "You are Brahman, you are God." They say, "Sir, please don't talk like this. What is God? I am somehow trying to survive and you are saying that I am God?" This is the problem, because we have forgotten. This young boy, when he came to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, his name was Narendra. He was studying in the Calcutta University. Sri Ramakrishna said, "Oh, you are the God of the Supreme. You have taken the human form to help the humankind, to re-establish the Hinduism." And he was telling, "Sir, please don't tell all this. I am a very humble student of this and my father is this. And why you are telling? The people will think that you are mad." Well, no, I see this. And my divine mother, he is asking me to tell all this to you. He was not believing that. In the beginning, we don't like to believe. Why? Because we have forgotten. Like that rickshaw puller, like that Narendra. But then slowly Narendra realized that he is Brahman. It's a beautiful lecture that he delivered on Advaita Vedanta in Lahore, now in Pakistan. When he was traveling, the then undivided India, he went to Lahore and gave a talk on Advaita Vedanta. This small book is there. Beautifully he explained. We are studying the same he gave in that lecture, Advaita Vedanta. So we are really, truly Brahman, but we have forgotten. And we don't like to accept it even. So this is the way he says, "Brahmava idam agra asit, atmanam evatat aham brahma ashmi." We were talking with one gentleman. There's a fraction of the Muslim community. They are also here in America and mainly in India. That the beautiful temple, the Lotus Temple, it belongs to them. So that gentleman, he declared, "I have realized that God." And he was beaten, he was taken into the prison for 40 years, tortured to death. Why? You cannot. Look at it. So this is the problem. He realized that, and then they were killing him. Why? Misunderstanding. Why he? Each and every one can realize God. Because we belong to that. And here he is mentioning, "I am Brahman." The bold statement. Oh, that is Brahman, I am worshipping Brahman in the beginning. Then he says, "I am Brahman." Have you ever noticed when the pujari worshipping the God, how he worships? In the beginning, he will say that "I am you, O God. I am you, but I like to worship you. Please come and reveal thyself in this form." The Hindus have so many different images, so many gods. But there is no problem for the Hindus. They never fight. They suppose someone is worship the Kali. He comes over here and bows down over here. No problem. There is no Kali here, but it's a Hindu. Why? The Kali, the Durga, the Ganesha, the Shiva, and Rama, Krishna, all are the same spirituality, the supreme consciousness manifested in different manner. And we have to go over there, have to become like that. When we are worshipping Krishna, our goal is to become Krishna. I should become like Krishna. So that is the main thing. Otherwise, in the beginning, I will go near to Krishna, they say. Salukka, Sayujya, Saruppa, Sasti. That is the way they will say, the Vaishnavas, they will say, we will go near to God. But then ultimately you become one with God. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to worship goddess Kali, the Dakshineshwar Kali. Still the same image. That murti is there, the stone image. But it became living. He used to talk to that image. Not only that, sometime he will be putting the garland. Oh, mother, you want me to put on? Okay. Then he will. The others, when they are looking from distances, they say, oh my God, he has gone mad. Instead of putting the garland to that image, he is putting on himself. They complained to the authority. But when the authority came, he saw, no, it is true. He himself is God. So one has to become God, otherwise it is of no use. One has to acquire knowledge, otherwise it is of no use to go to the schools. One has to acquire that same knowledge which the professor is having now. Then one day I will also become the professor. I will also know all those that the professor knows. That is the ultimate of knowledge. This way he says over here, in the next few mantras, the Upanishad teaches in its unique way, particularly the Brhadaranyaka, that all the four castes, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas and Shudras, are all the manifestation of the same Brahman. Look friends, we Hindus, we have only one weakness, that is caste system. All people, they will be pointing finger to the Hindus, oh, Hindus are having caste system. But the caste system is right from the beginning. How? Because they divided the work, that's all. Someone is very good in thinking, in arranging, organizing, so they are Brahmana. Another is very courageous and very loving to others, they like to protect others, Kshatriya. The Vaishyas, they are very good in doing marketing and earning money and spending, Vaishyas. And Shudras, they help people to do everything. Who became that? That same Brahman. Same Brahman. Now a Brahman who is now not allowing a so-called Shudra to the temple doesn't know that he is not a Hindu at all. A Hindu means, that is why one should study Upanishad. Otherwise you don't understand where from all this came. In the Brhadaranyaka Upanishad, very clearly it mentioned the 14th mantra, it says, Sana eva vyabhavat. Vyabhavat means he manifested. It was not satisfied unless and until he was creating all this. Tat sriyoka rupam dharmam asrijat. In the beginning, he was creating Brahmana. The Brahman, the consciousness first created the Brahmana, then Kshatriya, then Vaishya, then Shudra, because they will be looking after the society and different departments will be there, different way they will be taking care. That is the way it goes. So how intelligently they gave us the department. Now even there will be some people who are researching. They are not going to the field to cultivate, they only research. And then they give it. Another group of people are there, they will be applying that knowledge. Another group of people are there, they will be marketing those things. And this way, all the differences are not each and every human society having this forecast. But as because they said in that way, Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudra, and they will say, Shudra, you should not come here. Hey, you should not do that. This is very wrong because you do not understand, misunderstand, misinterpret. So we should not blame the Hinduism. We should blame those people who are not understanding or misunderstanding or just for their own selfish motive utilizing this thing. But this is wonderfully, it mentioned in the Upanishad itself. It is not me. It is the Upanishad says. If a Hindu is not accepting Upanishad, he is not a Hindu. If you are not accepting Veda, you are not a Hindu. They say it in that way. So obviously, in the Veda it says that Supreme Being, He created all the four castes. Then he was not very happy. Why? After this, there should be a system, a rule. What is that? Sana eva vyabhavat. In the 14th he said, it was not satisfied, so he created tat. Sriya rupam dharmam asrijat. What is that dharma? Righteousness. The dharmam asrijat. For human being, only Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, very wonderfully human society is running, growing. That is good. But there should be some goal. What is that goal? Dharma. Dharmena hina pashubhi samana. Without the dharma, it is just like the animal. What is the animal does? Only food and somehow to survive. That's all. Sometimes the deers come out over here. I observe them. They will be eating the grasses and they will look here and there. Any sound, anything, anybody is coming to harm, that much. And they are satisfied. Only the physical, the food and the safety, that much, these two only. Can human beings survive like that? I sometimes jokingly say, if a cow from Gujarat come to America and the beautiful green grasses are offered to the cow to eat and other food, will that cow will cry, oh, where is my mother, where is my family, where is my... I cannot speak in Gujarati language, so I want... The cow won't say like that. And cow will be so happy getting the food only, and they are taking care. They'll be very happy. Can a human being be happy with food only? You'll be tired with a rope and nice food will be given. Whatever you like to eat, that will be given. Are you happy? No. Then why? What is the difference? Dharma. And what is this dharma, this righteousness? Satisfaction. Unless and until you become satisfied, the people are going on doing these and that only to get that satisfaction. Santosha. And in the Sanskrit they say Santosha. And Kabirji said, Santosha dhana. The greatest satisfaction, the greatest wealth is satisfaction. And if there is no satisfaction, then you are always a beggar. Oh, I am having only 3 cars, I am not, they are having 5. So again the begging, I am not having another 2 cars, I have to have another 2 cars. What you are going to do with those 2 cars, I don't know, but so like that they will be going on hankering, I want. No satisfaction. And sometimes you will find the ladies, the rich family ladies wearing the jewelries, was so painful, so heavy. She cannot walk, but very happy. People are taking photograph, and from the head down to legs, and gold is heavy. The other costly, the jewels are there, and very happy. But they cannot walk. Even then, just thinking I am happy, and that happiness for little. And afterwards, he just opened and kept, somebody took that. Then again, oh, where is my ring? Where is my this? Again, they will be losing. And so constantly this goes on. Where is satisfaction? Even after all that, there is no satisfaction. There is a story. Long back, there was a teacher, a very famous teacher, but he was very poor. his wife used to collect some leaves, and she will be boiling those leaves, and little rice, with that was the food. And people knew it. Then one day, the landlord of the place, his wife, she came to bathe in a pond with her all friends. And they were naturally having so much of the clothings and jewelries and all that. And in the other side of the same pond, this lady alone, she was taking bath. Then those ladies say, "Oh, look at that. She is not having even anything on her body." In India, they always consider a married lady should have some gold on her body. So like that, she was not having. Only one, the thread was there, red, and that she was tying in her hand, that much. And when they were criticizing and having some fun with her, finally she said, "Go and tell your husband, my husband name is this." And she left. Now, why? What is her husband? Then she went and told her husband, that the ruler of that place, "You know, I met one lady over there, and she was proudly said, 'Go and tell your husband, the husband of her name is this.'" Immediately, the ruler, the king, the landlord, he came down from his throne and said, "Oh my God, is he here nearby? Is he living in my country? I was not knowing." He immediately called all these ministers and ran to welcome that great teacher. It is knowledge that gives you the satisfaction. I am having this knowledge. The wealth can never give you satisfaction. It is impossible. So why we are trying to understand this? Because we like to be happy. Not that, "Oh, it is a Ramakrishna mission, we should go." Not like that. We like to be happy. I personally like to be happy. I do not know when I am going to die. You know, life is like this. Anytime, anything may happen. God forbid you get all long life and be happy and healthy. But this is uncertain. We do not know. So obviously, we should try to get the knowledge. And what is that knowledge? Righteousness. Tasmat dharmam param nasti. And then that is the reason this is the dharma. And what is that dharma? Dharma dharayati. Dharma is that which is holding you. In our mind, both are there. Sometimes the bad type of thing are there, thoughts are there, good also there. Constantly fighting is going on, good and bad, Sura and Asura. And there, when sometimes I see something, "Oh, I like to pick up that," immediately from my mind, no, I should not do that. I'm a human being. My father is this. He's a respectable person. What the mother will think if I do that? And you are controlled. That is dharma. Dharma is constantly teaching you, restraining you to become bad. And adharma means you are constantly going for that, like in the Duryodhana. It's a great story that almost all the Indians, they read the Mahabharata. And the Mahabharata is the story of Arjuna and Duryodhana. And this Duryodhana always used to get acquired power, and he ultimately suffered. From there we learn, knowing the self as the root of all this, one should meditate on the self alone. The why they are teaching this, the self is the ultimate thing on which we meditate. Meditation means constantly thinking of that. What is the self-consciousness? Where it is everywhere. It is within me and it is everywhere. So this is the self we should meditate. The consciousness on which we are meditating. That Brahman became the fourfold caste. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. Now the Upanishad, again it says, Atho ayamba atma sarvesham bhutanam lokaha. This self it became householder. Now this Atma, again this consciousness, it becomes the householder. And why this householder? Because they are the support of everyone. Householders are the support of everyone. And that is the reason the king should support the householders. Why? Then only the whole society will survive. When they are students, say up to 20 years, 25 years, where from they are getting the support? From the householders. And then after the retirement, the elderly people, where from they are getting the support? From the householders. The sannyasis, where from we are getting the support? From the householders. The householders are doing everything. They are supporting everyone. And who are these householders? Brahman. Now sometimes by mistake, we always try to shun them, because the sannyasis, they always try to shun the householders. In the beginning it is okay, because otherwise they may get influenced by that. But ultimately, we have to understand they are nothing but Brahman. It says, Ato ayamba atma sarvesham bhutanam lokaha. Sometimes some people, they say, Maharaj, we are all the householders. What will happen to us? It's the same thing. What will happen to you will happen to me too. Householders are also the Brahman. Why they mentioned in the Upanishad? Because they are the main pillar of the human society. If the human society is not there, where there will be dharma? I have wonderful philosophy, but there is no one, no human being at all. Then what I am going to do with that philosophy? It is the only human. And that is the reason, again, you see, if you could learn Bengali, particularly the songs of the Rabindranath, and so wonderfully he explained, Tai tomar anando amar por, tumi tai eshecho niche. He is mentioning the Krishna. You have come down, O God, from the heaven. Why? For me only. If I was not here, then where you could play? So you have come because I am here. Amai noile tribu baneshwar tomar prem hoto je miche. If I was not there, whom you could love? Because I am here, so you are showing your love and your concern and all that. I am that. So this way if we think, what happens? Then this way when we think, we understand that I am that there will be never ever thinking that I am a sinner. There is a great sin to think in that way. Oh, I am a sinner. No. I am that. And I have been given in this life this responsibility. And I am performing my responsibility. That's all. As a Brahmana, whatever responsibility I am performing. As a Kshatriya, as a Vaishya, as a Shudra, as a householder, as a monk. And whatever the responsibility has been given. And that is the reason, what is dharma? Performing and sticking to your promises. Whatever the promises you have taken, you must have to perform that. In the Upanishad, the Kathopanishad, the Nachiketa, in the beginning itself, he is the Nachiketa, the young boy. He is teaching his father. The father angrily said, go to hell, go to the Yama. And he took it seriously. Oh, father has said, I will go to Yama. And then the father thought, oh my God, because I am angry, I said like that. But you need not to perform. He said, no, sir. Once it has come out, you must stick to that. Ramachandra's father also. He promised that Ramachandra will be banished. But the father said, oh, I promised you, you rather arrest me and become the king. I am allowing you, arrest me. Ramachandra said, no, it is not. The son's duty is to keep the words of the father. If the father has promised something, son must perform that, stick to that. and satisfy that, complete that. So this is called dharma. Dharma, keeping the words. In the Ramayana it says, Raghukula riti sadachali ai, prana yau baru bhajan na jai. Once you have promised, you must have to. This all world leaders. Before they become leader, they promise, touching either the Bible or the Constitution, I will perform these. Only that much, if they keep, that will be sufficient. At a time of marriage, husband and wife promising each other, if they keep that promise, that will be sufficient. At the time of taking the sannyasa, the sannyasins are also taking the promises only. What else? Sannyasa is not something the coming down from dropping from the air, nothing. Only keeping some promises. And if we don't keep those promises, then what will happen? So dharma is the first thing. Ato ayamba atma sarvesham bhutanam lokaha. It became the support. The householder perform pancha maha yajna. And that last time we discussed about that. Worshipping the God, that is the first yajna. Then pleasing the sages, second yajna. Remembering the ancestors, third yajna. Helping the human being, fourth yajna. And feeding the animals, and that is the fifth yajna. Yajna means any action performing for the benefit of others, that is yajna. Not that you have to light a fire and then putting all the time the ghee, not like that. That is a separate way they do ritualistically, but yajna is this, pancha maha yajna for the householders. The when you get up, the first thing, instead of seeing your own face or face of somebody else, you should look at the God's picture. Whatever God you like, and that picture should be there. You get up and first look at that. Pray to Him. Another day you have given to me, oh God, I am happy. Please be with me. The first prayer, that's all, nothing else. If you like, you can burn an incense stick and show it. And you can show little light, as the Hindus they do. Otherwise, that will be sufficient. Remembering God and thanking God. And pleasing the sages. Either hear or read some scriptures. Because sages, all through their life, they researched and they gave the wonderful teaching in the Upanishads, in the Bhagavad Gita, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna in the very present day. That will be sufficient. 1 or 2 pages if you read. That will be the yajna. Remembering the ancestors. Before you pour the water on your head, you give little water, take little water in your palm and offer it to the ancestor you remember. Maybe the grandfather, grandmother, or whomever you can remember. Oh, I still remember all of you, and I am thankful to you, wherever you may be. Please be happy and bless me. That's all. So this is third yajna. Fourth is helping the human being. I developed one simple, and this is the ancient way they used to do, that take a little money, maybe $1, maybe a few cents, and keep it away. Before you start your day, take maybe $1 a day, keep it somewhere. Then use that money for helping the poor people. That will be the fourth yajna. And feeding the animals. And particularly in America, those who are here, almost every house is having this type of places. Keep out some food for the birds, for the other animals, and maybe the bunnies, they come, so they will come and eat. And then like that, and little water hanging, many people they do. So they'll be hanging little, and it is available in the shops also, nice thing. So you can keep the water. Summer is going on. The birds like to drink water. But that's all. This is your yajna. Is it really very difficult? No. But 5 times you are doing and you are remembering God. And the moment you are remembering God, you are becoming purified. When you are offering the food to the animals, you are remembering the God in the form of animals, they will come and eat. You are thinking in that way. And immediately your mind is becoming purified. We were offering the water for the birds. The God in the form of birds will come and drink it. Your mind is becoming purified. So that is called Pancha Mahayagya. And finally, the after, to teach us the truth that one has become many, Upanishad goes on saying, and this is the chapter we are going to close, the 4th chapter, the 17th, it says, Atma eva agra asid eka eva sa akamayat jayame syat. The Atman, he started thinking, I am all alone, let me have a wife. Then what will happen? I will become my son. So look at it. I want a wife, then I will have my son. And that way we will go. Why is this suddenly in the Upanishad? Because Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga. Upanishad always teaches us to go back to the source, that is Brahman, that is Nivritti. Ni means negative. So you are withdrawing your mind, I don't want, and that way ultimately you go to the goal, Nivritti Marga. And Pravritti, pra means positive. I like to have this, I like to have that, like this. It goes on increasing. So Nivritti Marga and Pravritti Marga. Why suddenly they say like this? Because there are two types of Vidya. This Jagatik and another Adhyatmik. And they say Para and Apara. Upanishad say Paravidya and Aparavidya. Paravidya, the science, and Aparavidya, the spiritual knowledge. The science, that knowledge, it is by using our 5 organs. We test, we examine, and we come to conclusion. So that is why the scientific statements changes. Some scientist will discover this and then afterwards it change. And this way it goes. Gita mentioned Parashakti, Aparashakti. And Shankara philosophy says Sat Karya Pada. Yesterday morning in the Hindu temple Lemont, I delivered that Shankara philosophy, Kapilopadesha, the son's advice to mother. We study there. It will be in our website. You can listen to that. There we have discussed about the Sat Karya Vada. Is the cause and the effect. When the effect is this, that means cause will be that. Now the mango has come. Why? From the mango only. From the mango only mango will come. Cause is the mango, effect is also the mango. The cause is the mango, effect is apple. No, usually it won't. So this is the way. If it is a sugar, it will be sweet. The cause is the sugar, it will be sweet only. Effect will also be sweet. The Sat Karya Vada. Now, if one has realized God, maybe Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has realized God, Shankara has realized God, Buddha has realized God, then obviously it is true, I can also realize God. That is the way Swami Vivekananda said, we have every right to become Buddha. Buddhatta, Buddhahood is our birthright. Anyone can become like Buddha. That today is a small little boy and tomorrow he will be the ruler of the whole country. It may be. Why? The potentiality is there. The king's son used to become king afterwards. So that is the way Sat Karya Vada. One who has created us is Brahman. We are also Brahman. Thank you, friends. By this way we can understand Srishti and Pralaya. And we will conclude the doctrine of Prakriti, the cause and effect, then sometimes it will be like the Virupa Parinama. Virupa Parinama means heterogeneous changes. Then it is Srishti, because in that there are 3 qualities. That will be Sattva, Raja and Tama. And this Sattva, Raja and Tama, when mixing each other, and that will be Srishti. The same thing, when not mixing, it is the Pralaya. That much. I give the example in this way: there is rice, there is milk, and there is sugar. Unless it is getting the mixed, it is not sweet rice, we call payasham. The payasham won't be if the rice and the sugar and the milk getting mixed up. 3 container containing 3 types of thing, that is called pralaya. No creation. Pralaya means no creation. And when it's coming close, mixing up, that is called srishti. But anything when it is happening, there must be some consciousness. The rice itself cannot come, milk itself cannot come. The cook will take it. The who created this? That consciousness, whom we call as God. So if there is any question?
Swarup Chakrabarti is asking a 2-part question. First part is how to remain constantly in bliss/in self. And the second part is
No. Constantly in bliss and
in self.
in self. Then you have to meditate all the time. The first answer is you have to be in bliss and in the self. That means you have to meditate all the time. The meditation doesn't mean you have to sit crossed leg and close your eyes. Meditation means aware about your own self. Whether you are going to the shop for shopping, or you are going to office, or talking with the friends, or driving, you are aware about your consciousness. So when it is that constantly, then you are happy and you are meditating the self. That is second part.
Second part is the world of Nama and Rupa keep pulling mind to ignorance. What is the way out?
See, this is practiced. The God has created this universe. And this universe is nothing but Nama and Rupa, name and form. Who created God? And who is suffering? God only. So that is the way we have to understand. It is not me. It is the God who is suffering. It is God who has transformed him as me, and it is God who is suffering. Now, if individual like to go back to the source, you have to tell God, enough. I am not going to play this role. I am going to change my role. Then you have to go back to the director of the drama. That means the God, and say, sir, enough. I am not going to play in this role anymore. I am resigning. That means taking sannyasa. Samyak nyasa. You give up everything. And no desire is there. And when there is no desire, you become God yourself. Without desire, any desire, you are God. And with desire, you are being. And that with desire, suffering. That is a practice.
Vijay is asking a 2-part question. First part is, in Kali Yuga, Thakur said Bhakti Yoga is the best, but a lot of people do not believe in God nowadays. So does it mean they will be born again and again until they believe in God?
BJ was supposed to be here today. No. Okay. That is real. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, nowadays, the present day world, Bhakti Yoga is the best. And the yoga means union. Union with what? Union with God. And who is God? It is love and unselfishness. The God is holding the flute, or God is holding the bow and arrow as a Ramchandra, or the God is sitting and meditating as the Shiva. These are all our imaginations. But if you look at all these different gods, the one thing is common, that is L-O-V-E. The Swami Vivekananda said, the God is love, and unselfishness is God. So Bhakti Yoga means having love for God, who is right this moment outside, and right this moment as Durga, as Kali, as Shiva, as Rama, as Krishna, whatever. I like that. And then I am trying to reach over there. How? Through love and faith that he is there, she is there. So this is the way when we go. Why in the modern age it is, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Kali Yuge Naradiya Bhakti. What is the Naradiya Bhakti? Work. Because in Kali Yuga, everyone has to work. And the work you have to give it to God. Whatever you are doing. Suppose you are cooking, and after the cooking, you are washing your hands, cooking is over, and before lunch you are going to becoming fresh. You just remember, God, these are the food I have prepared for you. Maybe other people will come and eat, but I have prepared for you. And you come in those forms. You're just thinking. And that will purify your mind. So Kali Yuge Naradiya Bhakti, you are correct. And that through the bhakti, those who are not believing, what will happen? They'll have to suffer. And again suffer, again suffer. Time will come, they will understand, oh no, this is enough. Now let us go in the other way. Suppose a boy is not attending the school. At that time, he used to play here and there and then neglected the study. Then afterwards, he will find all his friends and other brothers, they are successful in the society, and he was left over there. And he will suffer. And he will understand. Then he will tell his son, I made that mistake. Please, you don't do that. Please study. So this is the way, through the experience, we learn. If you are not going towards the ultimate truth that is God, you are going to suffer. And if the suffering you like, no problem. Continue. And if you think, no, it is enough, then you have to come back to God. This. Anything else? Another question. Give the microphone to.
I just want one clarification. That you said that we need to believe that we have God inside, right? And we are God. But you also said that when you wake up, do not see your picture in the mirror, rather see the picture of the God.
If you believe that you are God, look at your own picture. Because Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna worshipped his own photo, this photo. That was there with the mother, Ma Sharadamani Devi. And once he entered into that room where the mother used to stay, and he saw his photo, mother kept over there. And Sri Ramakrishna said, oh, this is a great picture. This will be worshipped by everyone. Then he took the flower, sandal paste, and worshipped his own photo. Because it is not the photo, but it is the God. So if you truly believe that I am God, you need not, because you have already reached over there. And as long as we are not, what is the practices? As long as we are not reaching to the ultimate. So we drive and drive and drive till we reach to that ultimate destination. After reaching the destination, then the car will be standing over there. I get down from the car, right? So this religion is nothing but a car. We are using that car to reach to the destination, which is God. Yes, another question?
Vijay's second part is, how is Spanda of Shiva, Kashmiri Shaivism?
How?
How is Spanda
Spanda
of Shiva in Kashmiri Shaivism different?
It's a complete different question and different philosophy. So we will discuss that maybe sometime, or you can write to me. We will explain that. But at this moment, it won't be possible. The Kashmiri Shaivism, the Shaivism, and ism means some philosophy, and according to the Shiva. And they thought, some of the people in Kashmir, that this is the way we are going to realize Shiva. So the Kashmiri Shaivism. But friends, here we are going to the root of that. Whether Kashmiri Shaivism or the Vaishnavism or the Tantra, it is not. These are all different paths. Ultimately, where we are leading, that is love. Unless we have that love within ourselves, then it is of no use. And we should be satisfied, happy. My life, if I am not happy, then what is the use of all these theories? Everyone said you do this, you do that, and you will be happy. No, I have to be happy and I know how I can. So that is very important. Anyway, it's a good question, but we may discuss other.
Tukai is asking, meditating on self is nearly impossible. Is guided meditation acceptable start? If yes, please guide us to something.
Yeah. The guided meditation, yes, they say meditation on the self or without knowing, it is really very difficult. And sometimes nowadays meditation has become very popular because the lifestyle. Now everyone is running, even the children are also having no time. So obviously mind is, after some time, the mind is restless. So we need meditation. Meditation means giving the peace to the mind, and that some processes are there. So sometime if you can please come over here, or maybe I think in Darjeeling this year when I went, I taught over there some guided meditation. It is there in the YouTube, and you can learn from that also. That guided meditation means if you have taken the initiation, your guru will teach you how to meditate. That is the way you have to practice. And otherwise, as a simple form, you can think that I am a light. I am not the human body. This is the slowly try to forget that you are a human body with bones, marrow, and all those. I am the light, and that light slowly emanating everywhere, going out everywhere, and the building, the locality, everything merges into that light. Sit in that idea for maybe hardly 3 to 5 minutes. That will be sufficient. That will give you peace. So that is the way also you can practice. Thank you. Yeah.
You talked about the 5 yajnas for the householders.
5 yajna.
So we do Shraddha and during that time also we worship the ancestors.
Shraddha.
So, and lot of people, lot of cultures also do. So is it for every day or you said it in general?
Every day. Every day.
Can we do that part on the shrine or in front of your ancestors' pictures?
See, many I have seen, she is asking the question whether the Panchamaha Yajna that is prescribed for the householders, whether it can be practiced in the shrine itself or not. You can. Because in many places I have seen, along with the gods and goddesses, they have the picture of their father, mother who have passed away, or someone whom they love and respect. So there you are just looking at the photo of the God and remembering God and praying to God, oh God, please help me to run and become this and that. Same way, you turn to the photo of your ancestors and talk to them. Say thank you for being with me. Because of you, I have been able to be like this. So that's a way also you can do in the shrine itself. Or sometimes you can do when you are bathing, you can take little water in your palm, I can pour it and say, please be happy. Because the Hindus, they believe that the water is the symbol of formlessness, the Brahman. And that water, when you are offering to your ancestor, that will be all right. So these are very simple things. Only thing you have to remember. And when regularly as a routine you are doing, what happens? 5 times, 5 different things you are doing. You are remembering God in the God's photo. You are remembering God in the scripture, the Rishi Yajna. You are remembering God in the ancestor's photo. Remembering God for the human being all the human being, all are gods. And then animals and birds. By that way, actually you are remembering God in all being. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra. Look at it. When the Lord Krishna said, he who will see me in every being. Are you not practicing to see God in everything? So that is Panchamayagya. Anything?
Can we do through mantras also, like Loka Samastha,
Okay, sure. Those who can do that, that is good. What are the mantras? What are the slokas? Slokas gives us the satisfaction. Loka samantat sukhina bhavantu. Anyone, anywhere in this world, be happy. That is the unique prayer. Okay then, thank you. I'm very happy that you are interested in the Upanishadic teaching, and Upanishad teaches us everything, and that Upanishad teaches us to love ourselves, and Upanishad takes us the fear of death, because we are eternal. The body is only a covering, and I am that self. And naturally, Upanishad makes us broad-minded to love everyone, including our friends and foes, both. So that is the Upanishad, that is the uniqueness. Thank you, friends. Let us say Shanti 3 times and we conclude. You repeat after me. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Tat Sat.